Hi everyone, welcome to the first episode of Certified Nasty podcast.
We're your co-hosts. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Eric.
Episode 1, Addressing the Hate.
Period. Let's get it. So there is not a lot of hate going on because we don't have any followers. We just wanted to spend this first episode introducing ourselves, talking about who we are, what we're trying to do here. Honestly, like giving New Year's resolution of like, what do we want from this?
Yeah. So as you guys may not know, we're actually cousins. What?
That's crazy. Cousins on, and it's very important for any Vietnamese viewers. Cousin on my mom's brother, oldest brother is Jordan's
My dad. Yeah.
Making Jordan not only older because he is a year older than me, but like family wise, like ladder wise, he's like top tier.
I am top tier.
Doesn't feel like it sometimes. A little bit of a, but
I'm above him.
But yes. Who are we? Yes, my mom is Jordan's aunt, mom's side, and then dad is that. So like maternal, I guess.
Yeah,
maternal.
Your
First
maternal
cousins.
side.
I
Yeah,
guess
first
we would say.
cousins. Yeah.
But yes, very important to just clarify for any Vietnamese people because that all gets messy as hell.
So Eric and I are from Western Mass,
Yes.
Springfield, if you guys know where Springfield is. Maybe local for some of you.
Yeah.
But we both went to Catholic middle school and high school.
Private.
Our family, super Catholic. So
Yeah.
we had that
Roman
kind of
Catholic, yeah.
as our upbringing a little bit. But then I think things got interesting when we left for college. So I went to UMass Amherst.
Yeah, and I went to Boston University.
Awesome.
So like he stayed like
Somewhat.
not local, somewhat
Yeah.
local, but like he went to Amherst,
Mhm.
and then he went before me because again he's a year older.
Yeah.
So I was still in Springfield, and we would keep in touch. But of course, he had his college life going.
Yeah.
I mean, freshman, like,
Mhm.
and then I ended up going to Boston afterwards for my college years, and then we kind of like I don't want to say fell apart because we never did.
Yeah.
Another thing about
sure.
me and Jordan, another thing that makes us want to start this podcast is that we've always been close,
Mhm.
and we've always like spent summers playing games together, always been FaceTiming, always doing sleepovers, hanging out, and we've always had like this sort of bond. I feel like even when we were younger, and we didn't really know because we were just kids,
Right.
But it was like I always had a kiki with Jordan, and so when we stopped talking, I feel like less at least when he went to college and stuff, I feel like we're both on our own separate journey of figuring ourselves out, but we didn't take each other one for granted, but also we didn't like think about it. Like I feel like I didn't think too much about my relationship with you, right? And I can't speak for you. I don't know what your thoughts were, but I feel like you were very focused probably on like your stuff in college, and I was very focused on mine. And the next thing you know, 4 years goes by, he's getting a corporate daddy job, and I'm also like about to graduate, so I'm like locked in. You're locked in, and now that I graduated, also both graduated, like officially this past May.
We're educated.
We get to like and certified, some may say, in different degrees, which we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But being able to reconnect with you and being able to like now Jordan's in Boston, which we're like jumping the gun. We'll talk about all this, but like being in this space right now, getting to chit chat is kind of the premise of what this is. I feel like we have had a bond since we were kids.
Yeah.
And now we get to like reconnect as adults, young adults, and we get to just like catch up basically, but also have a kiki, have some fun, talk about things, talk about relevant things that are currently happening. Because I feel like I'm tired of listening to people do fucking like $1 million hauls and things like that. I feel like we get to just talk, and that's all this really is.
Yeah, I hope what we say kind of resonates with people out there that listen to this. If you happen to stumble upon our podcast, I hope you're able to take something away.
Yeah, I will
too.
be forcing everyone I know to watch this, so
yeah,
you're welcome.
Yeah, and then one more thing, Eric and I both love being under some sort of spotlight. So I think this is a very natural like progression.
No, I have people in my life that have told me you think you're the main fucking character all the time, and I'm like, I don't think. I know. And I
know.
think Jordan is the exact same way, and I completely agree. I mean, that's what makes us so fucking close is that we compete sometimes, but it also balances out. It's like I was talking to Morgan about this, and this is a crazy comparison. But you ever watch Teen Wolf?
I think I started it because you
MTV.
told me.
Okay.
Yeah, you told me to, but I never
Teen
finished
Wolf
it.
was this like MTV like bunch of werewolves and this and that show. And basically, there was a season where the villains were a pack of alphas that killed their
A pack of what?
a pack of alphas, a pack of alphas that killed their pack. So there became a lone alpha. The 1 + 1 carry the 2.
You know how it's so weird, like hearing these words now, like alphas and stuff like that. That's so funny.
Yes, it's weird, specifically the slang these days. But alpha. So he basically the alphas killed their betas, their pack, and they become lone alphas. And then they basically made a whole this main alpha, true alpha, made a pack of alphas. Okay. So all this to get. My point is, Jordan and I are lone alphas.
all that
just we're lone alphas. That's what makes me think of. We're lone alphas, and we somehow always love the spotlight. We somehow always like attention in the best ways, and it's okay to be confident, but also still be humble. Because I feel like there are times that we are humble. Right. We humble each other. That's another thing. I feel like we humble each other. So it's very nice to be like always wanting the spotlight, and then feeling really humble.
Yeah, no, the thing about Eric and I too is like we are always looking for like the next best thing for each other. Like we're always 100%. Wanting to be better than we were yesterday, always wanting to change. And I think, personal branding is a very like important thing for both of us because I feel like we're both in careers.
It's priority.
Yeah. Like we're both in kind of career-wise where like branding is a big part of what I do.
Yes.
And it will be a big part of what you will do.
Yeah. 100%.
And yeah, I think this podcast allows us to kind of reflect on this, set goals, set ourselves accountable by actually recording it.
I think that something that will make this podcast very important to us is that the time that we're spending together, like being able to actually like sit down and kiki and talk is something that we used to do so much like growing up. We did.
We still do.
We still do, but like he recently just moved to Boston, so that gives us the opportunity to actually physically be in the same space and talk, because we've been FaceTiming for how many fucking years?
Yeah. Right.
How long? And now we actually get to like do it in person, and that is a completely different experience than doing it over a digital screen. So that actual physical connection and being in a present space is going to be very important, and I think that I'm excited to see what this becomes. Also, and to be fully transparent, like we don't sit in front of the camera and we don't talk. We grew up watching people on the camera talk. We grew up watching YouTube, and now being in front of it, I think that it's going to be very interesting to kind of break the nerves, and feel more comfortable talking. Because a lot of the times we are the ones listening. I mean, like growing up, at least we were the ones listening. So it's cool to have a voice to actually be talking about our experiences, and hopefully some people, like Jordan said, relates. And if you don't, you can at least laugh at it. Because bare minimum, just laugh and have fun. Like we don't want to take it too seriously.
Yeah. So whether you're looking to hear or watch something really silly, but also at the end of the day has some sort of deep meaning, I think you found your podcast, because that's just who we are. We're silly and goofy, and we both love to talk. We're nasty people. Nasty.
And that's the whole. I was forgetting. Well, I do want to talk about the nasty
name.
Yeah, like the name. The reason we came up with nasty roots back to my partner who on RuPaul's Drag. This is a whole tangent. RuPaul's Drag Race. All Stars. Jimbo, this drag queen, did a Snatch Game character, Joan Rivers. Like an impression of Joan Rivers, which is a celebrity. She's really well known. She's funny as hell. And basically, in the Snatch Game challenge, Jimbo, who was pretending to impersonate Joan Rivers, went, "And you're friends with a nasty drag queen." And I took that as the funniest thing ever. My partner took that as the funniest thing ever, and we like cried laughing. Just like whenever Jordan and I have conversations, die laughing. So literally, took that, started using that. I started using that
on
based
me.
on
Yeah.
Jordan. And then next thing you know, Jordan, how did they come up in your conversation with your roommate?
Yeah, I was talking to my roommates and they were just saying something like really like out of proportion. And I just remembered that I did the same thing to Eric, and he would just call me, "You nasty, nasty."
Exactly. Yes.
So
And they're like, wait, what?
so I just started laughing to my roommates, and I was like, "You're nasty, nasty,
It just
nasty."
infected everything. And it became infectious. And like it's hilarious. But like like
so
Jordan
funny.
said, grew up private Catholic school. We grew up under Vietnamese Roman Catholic like
Traditions
upbringing and traditions. We went to church all the time. Our grandfather's a deacon.
Yeah.
And like being very proper and disciplined. And now being who we are. Not saying we aren't proper and disciplined. We just have
we're great
a
kids.
nasty side. We just have like
it's like a raw like authenticity and genuinity. Genuinely. Oh yeah.
We get to just be ourselves now.
Yeah.
We don't have to put on those.
And that can be nasty to some people, but to us, that's just.
I don't want to see that.
But then I also thought of it as like when we were kids, Eric and I both did sports in high school. And I forgot like why.
That's always like you're nasty.
You're nasty. Yeah, that was like especially in our private high school.
Yes, it was always like
that
nasty
word
meant
you were good. Yeah, you
which
were
is
boss.
Such an
you were a pro.
And when Jordan brought that up, I was like, I'm stealing that because that's such a good like juxtaposition of like the fact that nasty for us, good. Nasty, yeah. We were brought up very proper and like disciplined and quote unquote good. And now that we're doing a nasty podcast, it doesn't necessarily mean we aren't, because nasty in those terms of athletic like stuff, it means good. It means like
we are good
at a peak level of like
certified peak.
Yeah, that's pretty much like I hope that's kind of what we're expecting and wanting from this podcast. And how it kind of came to be, and like the name and everything. I feel like at least this next year, I do want to share like what we're hoping, like specifically for our individual selves, because we are very much I'm 22,
23,
so we're very much like still figuring our stuff out.
Yeah, for sure.
With that, I think we are always and Jordan mentioned this lately, we are always prioritizing ourselves as individuals, and we're always hoping to grow. Yeah. So from this project, I think we both are hoping to grow as individuals, not just together and of course our relationship. Yeah. But I think I just want to be more comfortable talking about my past.
Okay. Yeah.
And also being more comfortable in my opinions, because I feel like a lot of the times, at least with how we're growing up with our cousins, we're very swayed. Like when we hear something from our parents or something like that, when we hear from people, we hear things online, we jump the gun. Like we go for it. And we're like, oh, we heard this, gossip. Like that's all it is.
Through the grapevines.
Yes, and I wanna form my own opinions. Yeah. And I want to take a step back to like have my own thoughts that I'm proud of. I want to have my own opinions that I feel very strong-headed about and very confident about. And the second that I do want to be, I do want to be able to, just say what I want to say with conviction. Like I want to say it with the same confidence as I think inside I do feel. Yeah. So just overall like confidence in the way I speak. Yeah. Confidence in my opinions. Like, I want to have trust that I know what I'm talking about and not let people always sway my thoughts, because it's very easy, especially growing up, feeling swayed. Yeah. When your parents say, no, that's not right. No, that's not right. And you're like, oh, okay, that's not right. But then why do they do it? And why do you do it? And this and that. And then you kind of get like gaslit almost. Yeah. I feel like.
No, that's fair. I think just me being in front of like a whole setup like this is a very like new thing for me, and I hope to be more like transparent and more confident in my own like thoughts and feelings too. So I think this will also be a great project for me to kind of just learn how to open up, and stand by what I say. Yeah, I think that's important too.
Yes. So like basically kind of like the same of like we want to stand by what we say, but also be more comfortable. And I agree.
Dude, college is amazing. I love college. Like school was fun. School was great. I definitely took school more seriously in college. And like just being physically away from home too, I learned so much, which was
to be around like other people.
Yeah.
That aren't just like growing up in your same town. Yeah. Because a lot of people do go to UMass Amherst.
Yeah.
And like other places, not just like in the Western Mass area.
Yeah.
Out of all the UMass schools, I feel like Amherst is the biggest because there's UMass Dartmouth,
I think so
UMass
too.
Amherst,
Yeah.
and UMass Lowell, and UMass Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was growing up, I guess in high school too, I was a part of our church's youth group. And I think I spent a lot of time in that youth group, and I loved every memory and moment. It taught me how to like socialize and just step out of my comfort zone in terms of like taking on leadership opportunities and stuff like that. So I think that really crafted me into a well-rounded like individual going into college, because college was so scary. I wanted to start new, make new friends. Of course I had like my home friends and I will see them on holidays and stuff, but I was excited to just kind of see what kind of people were not in my youth group and and those that weren't like in Springfield. And yeah, like I joined a bunch of clubs. I joined a business frat, and it was a great time. There was a lettuce club that like, yeah,
you're joking.
No, they would like, I think, raise up money, and then their big event was like whoever could eat like a whole head of lettuce first like win something, and it was great. But I couldn't join the club because I was too busy.
Because you like lettuce. You like
after the dining hall eating fries and potato,
fried burgers,
literally everything else. Sorry guys, freshman 15? Yeah, it was freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. 15.
Oh wait, did freshman 15 hit you?
Okay, you know what? It was actually no, because I got COVID the first week.
and we were doing COVID too.
That's we were doing COVID. So I actually got COVID the first week I moved in, like freshman year, first week. And I got tested.
Were they strict on testing?
Yes, they were so strict on testing. So we immediately got there. I went into the the big red brick, old ass building. Old beep building. I took a test and I got a call the next day. So I had a whole day to move into my dorm with my roommate. I was living the dream. Like I had my own room. I had like a bunch of snacks out. I just had my whole setup. Then I get a call the next day, and we went to the dining hall that day too. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this thing's amazing!" Yeah, like I had all you can eat, like unlimited meal. Yeah, unlimited meal plan. Now let me get there, and we're like enjoying all the food because UMass Amherst has #1 dining in like.
Yes, that's what I heard.
The state.
And it honestly,
not even
as
the state, the Providence.
Myself, I really was gonna be swayed to go to UMass Amherst because
just
of
the food. The food is amazing. I could make a whole other episode on the food.
Food,
so good. So many talented cooks there. So thank you everyone if you're watching this. Thank you for all your.
Imagine, like we fed him.
You fed me to become the person I am today.
So thank you. Period. Oh my god, I'm so grateful.
But yeah, no, it was also it was COVID, so the rule was nobody could eat in the dining hall. So you can get a bunch of food, all you can eat food. They just had to go containers, stuff up.
I heard people
to the brim. Yes, and we had a bag. They had to go bags, and we would just have 4 or 5 full like Tupperwares of food, and we brought it home. We ate it. We made friends in the dorms already. Like everybody was like, "Oh hey, like nice to meet you." Everyone's coming from COVID high school. We had masks on, and we were just like, "Oh hey, like nice to meet you. Like we're gonna go out and grab lunch, and at this time, dinner at this time." I was living the life that first day. I was like, "This is amazing. Oh my gosh." Then I get the call. I got a ring. I'm like, "Oh, like okay, like hey, what's up? Like it's me, Jordan. Like I'm a freshman at Jordan. Freshman at UMass. He hit out studying business." And they're like, "You have COVID." I was like, "Okay, I promise I'll stay in my room and I won't."
14 days.
Yeah, literally. And they moved me out
to a different place.
Yes.
Yeah, you got quarantined.
I got quarantined, and apparently,
you got COVID. That means you got probably COVID before you even went to UMass Amherst.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it from my family. But yeah, I got the call. They wheeled me out. I went to like technically a nicer dorm building. Like I had a whole suite to myself.
Yes, that's what it is. You get an upgrade, but the upgrade is because you're
but literally I had my own dining room. I had my own bedroom, my own bathroom, but it was just me. And there was like no natural sunlight. I actually got depressed. I think I got depressed in that room. They would ship or deliver food to our buildings.
Boxes.
Yes, it would be like a small sandwich. Mind you, the night before I had like a 3-course meal and some.
You felt like you're being punished.
Yes, because I had like
Jordan,
a turkey sandwich. And
I
I
gave
just
me that too.
yeah, and I was just watching movies in my dorm all by myself, like spending the last 24 hours with friends, with my roommate, like eating a bunch of food, just genuinely enjoying life. And then boom, dark, pitch black. It got so bad.
For 14 days?
No,
14?
Yeah, I had to stay for 14 days. But I only stayed for like 3-4 days, and then I gave up. I asked my dad to pick me up from home, or from school to go home. And then, like, apparently, like, my parents said I got skinny. I was gone for 5 days, mind you. And they said I got skinnier. I was like, I think I was actually genuinely, like, depressed in that. Because I just got, like, my whole, to me at least, like, my whole freshman, like,
take it away.
Yeah, my whole freshman career,
when
like,
you,
experience.
When you get that for a day, it's like a one.
Yeah, it's like a one night stand.
Huh?
I know.
Gone.
The high.
And you couldn't
gone.
even write it.
I can't.
It got taken away from you.
I couldn't write it anymore.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I stayed home for the rest of the 14 days. But then I came back and it was fine. But everything since then, best experience of my life.
So you never got COVID ever since?
Yeah.
Wow, must be pretty nice.
No, yeah, I was responsible.
So people got COVID like 3, 4, 5 times
in
like months. Yeah, I crazy thing is I also had a COVID experience. Did the same thing, locked me up there. I came back from winter break and I knew I had COVID.
He knew. See, that's the thing about me and him.
I already got tested at home and I got it. And I was like, maybe they won't.
Maybe they won't. Yeah.
I had to swab. And then the test came back. I'm like, what? I'm positive? No way. They shipped me off to the same facility.
Yep. And
I had a roommate.
Oh, cool.
See? And he left at night to go party with the other people in the building.
Wait, no, I think my dorm had the same thing, actually.
He left and he went and partied like upstairs or something. And he wasn't even in the room. And he didn't say anything to me. I had turkey sandwiches too. I had to eat like the saddest thing. But low-key, I lived good. I'm like, this is kind of cunt. But also, I'm like, I want to get out of here. This is sad. So not as bad. Like, I didn't give up. But
nah, it was like,
I mean, it was your freshman year. I got this my sophomore year. Oh wait, maybe my freshman year actually too. But yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess, well, I'm a goody two shoes, I would say. So I never really thought about leaving the room. I definitely could have. Like, now, think about it in hindsight.
Not me helping you coming with an idea.
No, but it's just, this is my first day.
No, I was like, I can't. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, I was like, they told me to stay in this room.
Go, do I want to be in solitary confinement for 3 more days?
No, like, they give you like an instruction sheet. They're like, on this time, we're gonna call you. You have to
use the bathroom at this time.
Yes, exactly. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So in hindsight, I could have just left the building. I definitely could have and just came back in like, hey, whatever. But to me, you know, I was locked in. I was like, you know, I have to stay for the greater good.
No, but you copped out
of humanity.
You got out.
I got out.
What if you were like, you actually have the wrong guy? This is a different Jordan.
No, right? Yeah.
You have the wrong.
No, I definitely could have just gone back to my room and they wouldn't have noticed. They didn't call me. Okay, so they said they will like check up on you. So I didn't know if it was like a phone checkup or if they would actually check up. Yes, a physical.
That's why they don't make it known.
Yeah,
like you don't know.
I could have just been back in my room. Because my roommate did not care.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But besides that, you said the rest of your college experience was good. You loved college.
I made so many cool people. So many good people.
Like people student-wise or people like who came and visited too?
Both. I met some of my closest friends there. I actually just celebrated Christmas with my college friends.
Yeah, period.
I've learned just joining student organizations, like, very valuable skills. I got to meet very famous Asian American artists and performers from that club. And I get to host those events too. So it's just a lot of like hard work that you see getting paid off right away.
Yeah.
And you know, it's different than what you're learning in those classrooms. And that's why I'll never take that experience for granted, because I've learned a lot more from actually running and working in student organizations more than I did in classes. You know, classes were great. They were fine. They taught you concepts, skills, and basic knowledge, but I didn't really get to put any of that into use until, you know, I started applying to clubs and stuff. I think that's just kind of sums up what college was for me, just trying new experiences and never really saying no. I was a yes man in college. Like,
oh, you're still a yes man.
Yeah, I am, but I'm definitely different now, and we can get into that more. You know, the hate part.
I can't wait to find out what the hate is. At the end of this episode, tune in. At the end of this episode, you'll find out what the hate actually is.
Or maybe you won't.
That's one of the things that I was hesitant about is joining an Asian student association or a student group because, like I previously stated, a lot of internalized racism on my own self. And so I was very much like, no, I was surrounded by that at home in our church, our Vietnamese parish. I was surrounded with all my cousins. My family is all Asian. Surprise. I'm sick of it. I'm over it. I need to meet new people. I need to do new things. And I neglected that side. So I didn't really join those kind of clubs. But then I found myself like, then what am I going to do? And then I was studying. Oh, did you say what you were studying?
Yeah, so I started off business undecided.
And then you chose marketing.
Chose marketing.
I started off bio pre-med. And I was in like chem or bio, I forgot which lecture, and I started like sketching because I was bored, and then I started sketching like logos because I wanted to join a magazine. I wanted to join like an artsy fartsy club. I was like, none of these clubs are gonna accept me because I have no experience. So let me just make my own.
And he did.
And I did. So in chem and bio, I like started sketching like logos, just like I did for Nasty Podcast. I started like brainstorming ideas on what we should do, and then I also started got into thrifting in college. I started thrifting a lot more, and I realized that that's how I was able to like do stuff by myself. So I would go on thrifting like trips around Boston just by myself. I would just go and put on some music and just pretend I'm a just romanticize my life in Boston. I'm like, oh, I'm just like out thrifting, drinking my matcha. And it worked. And I'm yassified now. Literally very performative. And so because I did that, I was like, I really want to join a magazine. I didn't think they were gonna accept me. So then I was like, I'm just gonna make my own, and I'm gonna make one that's sustainable. Shout out to Fabrio.
Awesome. Very cool magazine, by the way.
Yes. It started as a sustainable fashion magazine because I saw a market, if you will, for it. And then I wanted to do it. So I took the initiative to do it. And then I started branding, and I got literally 2 people involved. Next thing you know, it grew to like 50 members. It grew to 100 members. And then by my senior year, I basically was like, this is no longer a magazine, or by junior year probably. I was like, this is no longer a magazine. It is a collective of artists that are coming together to build something and to bring something from conception to completion. Yeah. So one of the big things I saw in college is people are brainstorming ideas. People want to start businesses. People want to start projects, but they never actually do it, and they never actually complete it. So that's something that I saw that I wanted to provide with Fabrio, is create that space for artists to come together and actually finish something. Yeah. That is really impactful, that is focused around sustainability and ethical practices. Started that, and that became my actual baby. I only fixated on that. I only focused on that. And then I also I attempted to do soccer because I played soccer in high school.
He was good at it too. Eric's very good at soccer.
I was just fast. That's the only reason they wanted me. I tried. I tried doing like intermittent soccer or whatever, like joining the club soccer. Yeah. It was over 200 people, maybe more, that were like what's it called? Oh no, 500 maybe. Just like that were trying out. Yeah. You have to try out. $30 each, maybe more, to $60 maybe to try out. I show up. There's a bunch of guys. I play the soccer. Of course, like I'm freaking nervous. I'm like panicking. There's so many people who are clearly better than me, and they're intimidating and they're straight. And so I'm like, and then I don't do that good. Of course, there's 200, maybe 500 people against me. Me versus the world, basically. And then next thing you know, they go, all right, everyone, thank you. So after 2-3 hours, all right, everyone, thank you for all your hard work. We actually are only going to select 2.
Oh, what the heck?
Because we have a team of 8 or 9 or whatever, and we only need like That's 2 more, or we have like 8 slots that are already speaking, whatever. Or maybe they only picked like 8 or 2 or whatever. No, they said we only picking 8 or something from this whole bunch, and then we're gonna narrow it down to 2. I don't know how the math was mathing, but I was just like, out of everyone, I had a less than 1% chance. Basically,
you couldn't make your own teams or stuff like that.
It would cost money. It would take. I need to find people. I also need to like go through registry and everything. I'm like, I'm a freshman. I'm not. I have nothing. Nothing to my name. Nothing to my claim. So basically, I'm like trying out, and then they say that, and I'm like,
yeah.
We got you $3,000, $6,000. Yeah. Because $30 each, 200. Do the math, carry the one, and then I'm like, all that for you just basically made enough money to do soccer tournaments and pay for your club, and you're only picking 2 of us. Yeah. Or 3 of us, or whatever. And I'm like, what the hell? So that happened, traumatized me. I never did sports. Like I tried for out for sports or anything like that. I ended up starting Fabrio. That happens, and then next thing you know, I am like running it. We're pushing out magazines. We're just like doing stuff, and then I'm like pretty happy with the people because the people that got involved were people that actually do truly care about the work that was being done, sustainability specifically, and like thrifting and secondhand. So I started being able to curate Fabrio was I'm very grateful for it because it really helped push me out of my box. It made me a leader, like you were saying about finding leadership in college. I found leadership through that, and I truly learned what it took to sort of be a leader. Not everything, but I learned some of the things it took, like taking initiative, but also taking the fall.
Yeah.
Like if people get upset at the organization, it's on you.
Yeah.
If people are not getting accepted for things and they're like, why did you kick me out? Why are you suspending me? Why are you doing this? Why are you that? It's on you.
Right.
You have to put that harsh line of saying, no, I told you this. I sent you the emails. I did this. And that's all on you. So it's like a lot of responsibility, a lot of leadership skills that I was able to learn from Fabrio, and a lot of people, a lot of beautiful artists that actually knew what they were doing, that had so much talent, that had so much dedication. They were showing up time and time again, working on this magazine, working on these projects when they're like busy, like course overloading and going on like actually having a college life. Like they're also spending a lot of time on Fabrio. So I appreciated a lot of the effort that was put into it. And everyone kept being like, we see your vision, Eric, like we're proud of you, blah, blah. And I'm like, that was very I felt very honored to be able to like be seen like that. Like people are like, we see how hard you're working. And I'm like, I appreciate it. I don't. And that's another thing that I was like struggling with is balancing like I'm not doing enough. Like I need to do more. And I burnt out. I literally burnt out. So I didn't join anything else. I literally only focused on Fabrio as my whole time. I ended up switching my major because I didn't really like bio pre-med. And I was like, I need to take a risk because I see what Fabrio is in creating and being in an art space is where I thrive. I literally would spend more of my college time in freshman year designing Fabrio, working on Fabrio than even my major, bio, pre-med. So I was like, what's the point of paying this much? B was not cheap at all. So I'm like, this is not worth it. I need to find something I love doing. So I took the risk that very little Asian American kids do, and they chose art. I chose like entertainment, I chose theater, I chose art, and I looked into it and I found costume design because I was very interested in fashion, in clothes, in designing and creating. Little did I know costume design is a whole different world of production, storytelling, intentional details, and I thrive off of all of that. I love it so much, and I became like a theater kid in college, which is very interesting because not a lot of people become theater kids in high school, but I was always like a 3-season athlete. And Jordan also did sports in college. High school. Jordan never did theater, did you?
Middle school.
Yeah. But that was like we're in the gym.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they put up the clock, but like never did theater.
Yeah, never really did. That didn't really. The arts never really interested me.
Yeah, we were always sports, really.
Yeah.
And also to fit in, we were in sports. Like all the guys were the cool kids, the cool guys were doing sports, and I think we just got wrapped up into it. But ultimately, I switched to costume design. I did theater, it was so weird to have exams be like sewing a corset and not writing papers.
Right.
I'm like, I'm chilling.
It's kind of cool though. Yeah.
It was chilling.
Cool.
My friends were all like, oh my god, I have a 5-page paper due and I have 400 question exam, multiple choice, blah, blah, the short answers. And I'm like, I just have to finish sewing this corset and then I get to go on break.
No. Eric did a whole fashion show for Fabrio.
That's another thing. Right. I was like, I need more. I told you guys, I got really burnt out because I was like, I need more. So I was like, Fabio should do a sustainable fashion show every year, every semester, every other semester, blah, 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 whatever. And I curated like a fashion show. I helped direct it. I brainstormed, like I was a creative director basically. And the next thing I know, I was like, wait, someone else wants to do it. You be the runway director. I'll be your mentor. Next thing I know, I'm like my senior year and I'm like, wait, I want to do it again. I want to make it my thesis. And then I made it my thesis.
Yeah.
So I made Fabrio, and then ultimately Fabrio made me into the artist I am, which is amazing. It was like such a full circle moment. And we can talk more about like the show and everything, but my thesis was the biggest part of my college experience, and you walked away with your experiences with your clubs and your friends.
Right.
I kept my friends so small. I had 3 friends that I left with in college, and they're my girls, and that's all I kept. That's all I ever really wanted. And I didn't know that until college. Yeah, because in high school we're all friends oriented.
Right. Yeah. Like growing up, you just want to have friends. You want to have as
in
many
groups. You
as
want to be in
yes.
groups. You want to be cliques. Like,
Yeah, you want to have as many as you can, because that's what popularity was. It wasn't about really the quality, but rather the quantity of like how many friends and how many parties can you go to and stuff like that. But you're right. Like, I graduated with like a lot of good friends, and I am still good friends with all of my college friends, but there's only like a handful of them that I love, or that I still speak to, and that I like truly can say that I love, because those guys are my guys and gals.
And finding those friends that actually do stick with you, and finding those friends that are actually real, genuine friends, and not friends that are just hitting you with 4 things,
right?
Is something that I found in college. I found people that I'm like, I see right through you. Yeah. I do feel like you're using me.
Yeah.
And I do feel like I don't think I'm gonna see you in a long time.
Yeah.
And then I found friends that I'm like, I could totally see you at my wedding. I could totally see you in my life for a while. I could totally see you supporting me because of the way you talk to me and the way you respect me, and vice versa. And I have to have respect for someone too. So it's like, I found all that in college. So I feel like we both had really like different in some senses, but also like similar outcomes.
But considering like we both grew up in the same environment,
yes,
but we still like chose very different paths.
Yes.
But like Eric and I were burnt out a lot in college, but burnt out doing stuff that we like. Like, luckily, the hardest part of college was not my degree. If anything, that was more very straightforward, very seamless. Yeah. Whereas the things I was stressing over were stuff from my clubs and events, and I'm like, looking back on it, yeah,
I remember you talking about it.
Like, looking back on it, it was such a blessing to be stressed over that instead of actual schoolwork.
Right?
Right.
Because it's like ultimate goal. Ultimate thing is you're stressed out over something that will give you those skills, one-on-one human skills, and one-on-one human connections, friends for life, experiences.
100%.
It's not just books. Your head in a book.
Yeah.
And you're stressing out for information that's going to leave your brain once you graduate.
Yeah.
Like, some of these things don't stick.
Yeah.
But the memories do.
Like,
the experiences do.
Dealing with contracts, like multi-$100,000 contracts with like guest artists, and working with my school's finance team, and working with actual managers of artists, being like the point of contact when we had an agent. But, like, student groups, you really have to take charge and just do it. Like, the school's going to throw a lot of restrictions and stuff on you.
I graduated BU, and as a BU alum, I can say BU made it so difficult for allocation board to give us any budgeting for us to like. And we're a small club. We are not. I mean, even the Asian American student group at at BU was having struggles. The Filipino group and this and that, like, they're all having struggles to get funding and stuff. For cultural groups, not let alone a group about sustainability. They didn't care.
Everybody wants to join a group. Like, you go to college to find like your community, your like people, like, friend groups, sure. But there's professional groups, and there's also cultural groups. That's a big part of our identity. That's the parts that you miss from home. Yeah. And
so this leads back to actually like my thesis, which is the fact that I took myself away from the cultural groups.
Yeah.
I only relied on just like the club, the Fabrio,
and your hobbies. And
I took away my cultural group, but I talked about this recently. It's just when I did my thesis, and we'll again talk about it more. It's supposed to just be the intro, so keeping it brief. But like, through my
getting carried away.
Through my mother's applause, which is the thesis, which I'll talk more about. I found out that I created my cultural group because it was an all Eastern Asian cast.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was an all Eastern Asian cast, right? I mean, you saw it, but it was an all Eastern cast of models. The person
we need to put like a clip of it on the video. It's so good.
Stream it now on
on click this link right here.
Yeah, right. Tap down below. No, comment down below if you want to see. No, but I when I did that and I took a step back, right the day before we opened, I took a step back. I looked at the person playing me, the person playing my mom, Vietnamese actresses, actor, amazing, talented people. Still keep in touch with them, and then a cast of 26 Southeastern, Eastern Asian models. And I literally went, holy shit! Like, I always excluded myself from Vietnamese Student Association, Asian American Student Associations, and this and that. Because I'm like, I don't want to be associated with people who look like me. I was internalized racism. Like, that was what it is. But I'm like, at the end of my senior year, I was like, whoa. After running away from it, I created a space for it.
Dude, that's cool.
And all these people are friends. Like, they were like buying each other pizzas. They were like hanging out, hugging each other, and like crying and laughing. And geeking and hanging out. And I'm like, holy shit, like it unintentionally, by doing what I love, just creating a story about me and my mom, creating art, I was able to create the space, and I was able to be surrounded by people that look like me, that understand me. And after that, leaving college with that, game changer. Because I'm like, I want to be around Asian people. Because working with Asian people, I had my my stage manager, the one managing everything, she was also Asian. And I'm like, oh my God, you understand the story. You understand the work that I'm doing. And you understand me. I hung out with some friends last night. They understand what I'm talking about because they're Asian. Yeah. And at the end of the day, Asian American, at the end of the day, being surrounded by people that look like you, especially being with Jordan right now, hosting this pod, it's nice to talk about something that someone truly understands. And I hope that whoever's watching, some of y'all do understand what we're talking about. Yeah. It's so nice.
And identity,
so refreshing.
So important to the both of us, I feel like, because there's
so important. Yeah. So important to me, yeah.
So much depth to both of us that I feel like,
we hope to infuse it into this podcast.
We're very passionate about identity. So, if we don't really have a set plan or goal for this pod, it's about us. It's about our identity. And, hoping that you guys,
can relate or either can laugh. Like that's
exactly. That's
pure point blank. That's all it is. We're just trying to have a kiki. But
that's powerful though.
Yeah. No, holy shit, we got carried away. LOL. Anyways, that was just that's just like that's just us like being humble or whatever.
We go on and on.
Another thing is I want to talk about what inspired some of my, like the structure and how I want to go about this podcast. Jordan and I, of course, we love making things our own, and I hope to make this our own. But I was honestly really inspired by Bretman Rock's podcast, The Baddest Radio, 4.44, because he does it with his cousin slash previous assistant, Miss Kiefer, Miss K. Love Miss K and love Bretman to death. Like they are the dynamic duo that they are on that podcast. It's so entertaining to watch. Truly, watching podcasts. Another thing, the reason why we did this on YouTube is because visualizing and watching us visually is so much more, I think, compelling and interesting and exciting than just listening to on Spotify. Like, let's bring back YouTube. Yeah, like people should watch YouTube again. We used to watch YouTube growing up.
Yeah, dude, I love watching like Ryan Higa skits.
That's what my coworker just said, that you remind me of Ryan Higa, and I'm like, I have not heard his name in so long, all because I went
that's like the only representation, if you think about it, like one of the only things early 2000s YouTube, like Ryan Higa was him. Like, so it was amazing. It was funny.
Like, bring back YouTube and like watching it. And so Bretman Rock really inspired, like, at least me in the like wanting to do this, because listening to them talk about Filipino like lore, monsters, stereotypes, superstitions, stories, them growing up together, their experiences together, but also like hot takes on things. So entertaining to watch, like truly. And I hope that and I was like, I see us in them, like truly I see us, like the way we talk and how much we have such a ball, like just like laughing and talking all the time. So
honestly, I don't watch podcasts, but I'm on TikTok. I doom scroll a lot.
You see like
clips, and I feel like I relate most to those TikToks where like people are genuinely reacting, like their first reaction to either scenes from movies, from like announcements and whatnot. Like I just love seeing genuine emotion, and just like it doesn't have to be someone famous. It could just be a person sharing their thoughts,
literally talking.
And it could be the funniest. Like people say people are funny. Like I'll give you guys that. You guys are funny. People are funny.
Like they just like say something and I'm like, I've never thought about that, but why haven't I thought about that? Like, that's so funny.
And I think like TikTok has shown me that everybody low key thinks the same. Everybody has the same humor. Like nobody really has an original thought. And I think like that's every hilarious. Time I open the app, I just die laughing.
Of the most random things. You're like, wow. Yes. So no real idea for structure right now, but excited to see what it becomes. Who knows if we'll have guests, who knows what this will become. And those who actually know us in real life, you don't. we're A-list celebrities now. You don't know us. You can't touch that. Literally, like don't even no, joking. But shout out to the people who made us, shout out to people who supported us, shout out to the people who know us in real life and can attest to the fact that we're nasty and rotted, and shout out to the people who know us in real life and can attest that we're good boys and good people.
everything that we talked about today, like we will be revisiting these concepts and topics again.
Yes.
This is just day one.
Inspo.
Yeah, this is just the inspo, guys.
Yes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We've been building up this for a week, and I'm like, Jordan, today is the day that we get to like just let it all out. But yes, we are so excited to see you guys come back, and we're so excited to just be able to hang out.
Yeah.
But yeah, tune in for the second episode. Thank you so much for watching.
We hope you enjoyed today's podcast.
Yay!
Thank you.
Episode 1. Cut.